what are your values? What are your goals? Like, who are you as a person kind of thing?
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm knocking all that out on the first date.
Yeah, exactly.
If we get to the third date, I like you already.
Right.
Like,
damn.
I like you.
Oh.
First of all, I'm not really going on a second date unless we already.
Oh.
It's your boy Rico, the infamous Hundo. Today we got a great topic that we're gonna speak about. Guess what it is? The third date. How to get there, how important is it, nerve-wracking? All of the above that's gonna go into getting and staying on the third date. So Amanda, have you ever been on a third date? I don't know if you have, I don't believe it. But we do have Crystal over here. She's back again with us.
Hi, you guys. So are you asking me or are we?
I was just trying to introduce you,
okay.
but I know Amanda has a lot to say because I kind of said some shit.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Get it off your chest.
I've dated before and I feel like getting to the third date is hard.
Yeah.
It can be hard only because it's like once you get that first date, sometimes it's not hard for us girls to get the first date. I feel like because once guys are interested, they want to take you out. It's if you want to go or not. And when you do decide that you want to go on this first date, it's like, do I really like him? Was I just giving him a chance? And am I really feeling him or not? Are we going to move, forward? Are we going to go on a second date? Or even if we do get to the second date and I'm still not kind of feeling him, then yeah, the third date is a no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I've ever got to third date point with anyone that I really liked.
So we're gonna stay on topic, but I definitely have a question for y'all about the third date. I guess I got your answer. So, Crystal, have you ever had 3 dates with a guy that you probably weren't interested in on the first or second or third?
I wouldn't say not interested. Maybe like I'm really just filling this person out kind of thing. Maybe I didn't get in enough from the first day, so I'm like, okay, I still, see some kind of interest in you, so I'm gonna go on the second date. If I'm going on the third date, it's like, all right, I'm still interested. Either I don't really know who you are and I'm still trying to get to know who you are, or you gave me enough and I wanna go forward.
That's what my thing. So like from a guy, or from a guy's standpoint, getting to a third date for a guy is a lot for us. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could get you out your house 3 times, then I feel like, okay, we're going somewhere, right? Unless if, she's faking it. But that's what I'm saying. So like what allows you to get to that third step? Because like I've had 2 dates with a girl and nothing ever happened. I've had 1 date with a girl and nothing ever happened. So like what is something that will get you to go on the third date from the first 2? You get what I'm saying?
Like third date means you guys are both mutually interested. I feel like you can't be on a third date and she's still faking it. I feel like she could have faked it the first time, she could have faked it the second time, and it's just like, okay, enough.
What if you're getting at good restaurants? Ocean Prime, Mastro, and now you're just going around. Are you just going for the food now?
On a third date though, like I feel like if you was gonna push it, a second date for the food was enough.
Yeah.
If you just hopping around just for the restaurant, just for the food,
like,
I mean
we're not just going. I'm not going. Because we go to Mastro's. I'm gonna go. Obviously, might pique my interest. Oh, we're going to a nice restaurant, but I'm not like going for the restaurant. I'm going to be with you. So it's like if you're asking me on a date, take me to your vibe. If I'm asking you on a date, I'm gonna take you to my vibe. Like. So I just feel like if I'm going on the third date with you, I'm interested, but I'm still neutral. Like I'm just getting to know you, depending on how in depth the dates were. Like, what did we talk about? Like, what are your values? What are your goals? Like, who are you as a person kind of thing?
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm knocking all that out on the first date.
Exactly.
If we get to the third date, I like you already.
Right.
Like,
damn.
I like you.
Oh.
See, like, all right.
Dates are uncomfortable for me. Like, to be sitting across the table from somebody and we're just talking about ourselves. I don't know. That kind of makes me like.
Well, is that a date? I feel like there's so many types of dates.
Yeah, I get everything out the way on that very first date. Like, what's your intentions with me, like who you are as a person. Like we're gonna talk about that on the very first date.
Listen, because you might be active, but I get what you're saying.
You know, and some people are actors, but you know, you gotta be able to see through people enough to know if you want to go out with them. Because if you feel like you didn't get enough from what was asked, from what was talked about, then I could understand like wanting to get more and figure out more and, you know, figure out if this is the type of person you want. But I feel like if I haven't got that from the first and second date, I'm not wasting my time going out with you again. You know what I'm saying? So the first date really does it more for me than even getting to the third date. Because like I said, once we get to the third date, I like you already.
So these dates that I might have gone on were not like consecutively in a sense of like 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month. I could go on a date with you today. It's cool. We don't do nothing. I go on a date with you next month. The third date is actually on the third month. And that's only because you've been sticking around. So now it's like, let me actually see what this person is about rather than just, you know, because some people like to go on dates just for company. That's the type of person. Like back in the day, when I was younger, I would do like, you know, the movies and stuff like that. You know, the little kid. But now as an adult, first of all, I'm not really going on a second date unless we fucked already. Like the third date means we fucked, the sex was good, and you cool, and now I want to take a serious step. That's the third date for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be taking you out to eat 3 times and we ain't do nothing. This could be a waste of my time because if I take you on 3 dates,
company.
Huh?
For company, like you said.
Nah, but like company is like one. All right, so like if we do the company, it has to be over a period of time. Like you just so happen to be around this day. I want to do
this.
I
can't do that. One, because I can go out with my homegirls. I like to, hey, you want to go here? You want to go out to eat? Like I'll do that with my homegirls. I don't need to go out with nobody on a date for no company. Like if I don't see that you're interested in me, you just playing with me. You playing with me, you playing with my time. You asking me on a date right now, but I don't hear from you until the next month where you ask me, hey, what you doing? Like, let's go somewhere. I'm like, what? I haven't heard from you since last month. You ain't want to take.
Yeah, but like I'm a guy.
You playing with me. Now you playing with me, and I don't want to go on a second date, and I don't need your company. I'll go out with my girlfriends for that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go out to eat with my boy. That's not.
Why not?
That's not gonna happen.
Why?
Like it depends on like the type of, like if we go to a bar, let's say we go to like SDK, we sitting at the bar, that's regular, right? That's cool. But I'm talking about like I'm sitting across the table. I'm not gonna be sitting across the table at a nice restaurant with my homie. 9 times out of 10, this would be very.
I feel like your intentions, her intentions, and your intentions of dates are different. You're saying if you didn't fuck the girl, you're not going out with her.
On the third.
For her, it's like if I'm not interested in you, I'm not going out with you. So for you, it seems like you want that company because you want some kind of sexual attraction.
Well, the thing
so that's
is,
what you're looking for on the date. We're looking more like.
Okay, so look, let me.
You know?
I'm glad you said that. Let me tell you something about men, right? Men
Please do.
are
Please,
going on
please.
dates with you women with sexual intentions.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying what you just said is if we didn't hit this, like if it check off the box, like we fucked, all right, that's checked. Yeah, you're not going.
That's because
that off rip, see, if I get that vibe from a guy, I'm not going on another date with you. I've been on one date and never went on a date with a guy, never text him again because either I didn't feel that connection or I felt like he was just waiting to take my clothes off. And I'm like, that's not the vibe I'm trying to give off. Like, if you're just sexually attracted to me and you're not trying to sexually be like attracted to my mindset, like stimulate me, you know? I just feel like my intentions are different when I go on dates. So that's why I'm like, do you really go on? I don't go on all dates because of this, you know?
But like, here's the thing. Guys, let me give you code. You never do the hungry thirst on the first date. That's why I said the second date specifically. Because the first date, you let her get the questions out the way, you answer them properly. On the second date, now she's more open to what could happen. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I could peep that on the first date. Like I can see what you're trying to do already. Like on the first.
No,
you can tell they vibe. They'll take you to dinner, but then you get back in the car and they're like, okay, so what you trying to do now? Like you trying to come over? Like, and it's just like, wait, no.
Right.
Take me home.
But that's
there's that kind of dude, and there's a dude when you're on a date, and they're like, yeah, you know, get what you want. Like, what you want? You want that? Yeah, get that. You want dessert?
I literally went on a date. This was like a first date, though.
Creeps.
No, not creep. No, I'm not saying they came off like that, but I'm just saying that, like, once I seen the whole date, I'm like, that was kind of his energy. Like, he's not really saying it like that. Let me not do it like that.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh.
But your playback of the date in your head was like, that was really what he meant.
Exactly. Because, like, there's the gentleman approach, and then there's like that Like, all right, I'm just gonna tell you this. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. I've been on both of those dates, and I'm just like,
I've been on a date with a guy, like, and I find dates very awkward. Like, I get very nervous to go on dates.
Yeah.
So I said yes to going on a date with a guy, and he was trying to, like, pour drinks down my throat. Like, he's like, get another one, get another one. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm here on this first date getting to know you. Like, I'm not trying to be smacked. Like, I don't want to be drunk around you. Like,
that's what, honestly, I don't try to go on dinner dates
Do
too
y'all
much.
understand that guys, listen, I think guys play the dating game better than women play the dating game.
do they now?
100%.
Let's hear it.
100%. Because depending on what the guy has, 3 dates, the third date, it's just him being patient. You know, like, let's say if he catches your vibe and he's like, yo, I could, because I'm telling you right now.
So that's all you're thinking about is like, yo, I just gotta have sex with this girl. Like, that's all you're thinking about? Like, you're just waiting for it to happen?
But that's
like,
the biggest premise of a date for a man is to have sex with you. Yes. And the third date is like, yo, especially if I invested some money into this, you're now my investment. I want my investment to pay off.
okay.
With sex,
there's
though,
a difference
like,
between
so
a
how do
male
you
date
try-
and a man
how do
date.
you
Like, if I'm
try
going out with a
to-
man, he's not coming off like that. If I'm going out with just a male or like just a guy that.
I'm telling you what the intentions are. I don't care what he shows you.
No, I understand.
So, look,
I understand in the end you want sexually attracted. Okay, cool. You're sexually attracted to a girl. So obviously, yes, you want to come like, yes, you're going to show me that you're into me like that. But I just feel like it's a certain way to do it. And the way you're explaining it is like, I'll call you bullshit from the first date.
No, you would not ever. First of all, that's not the way I'm explaining it. I'm telling you what the real reality of the agenda of a man is.
How do guys pursue women? Like, you want this girl to be your girlfriend. Does this happen? Is this...
So
Do we
all
also
right.
do dates for this? Is that a specific way to date girls versus dating for sexual pleasure at the end?
Well, at the end of the day, every relationship requires sexual pleasure. We're not going to sit here and fabricate it, and men are sexual pleasure desiring species. So yes, guess what? I might want you to be my girlfriend, so maybe I might not push up and be all thirsty like the guy she was talking about on the first date. Maybe not even on the second one. On the third one, I might drop some hints on it, right? This is what I want to do. But if you're not recepting and buying into that, I might just fall back, right? But I'm still making it known that I want to have sex with you. It's just about how much pressure I'm applying on the sex part, right? So that's what I'm saying. So, and some men do this so well. You could go on 10 dates with him, and after he smacks, he doesn't call you back. That's what I was saying on that aspect. So like, there's men and males, in your words, who play the same game.
I'm not saying the game is the same, obviously.
think about
Like, it's
it.
a
I was
man's
just going to
game.
say, like,
think
I
about-
get what Rico's saying.
You know, I get what you're saying. The game is the game. It's just about how you approach it and how you come off.
Yeah, but
But the whole return on investment, like what? Because you bought me a plate of food, like
no. First of all, it's more than that. It's more than a plate of food. First of all, time, energy, and think about it. To get you to come outside, unless you're just coming outside for anybody,
Nah,
to get
we're
you
not
to
doing
come
it.
outside was a lot of work, right or wrong.
But it was a lot of work for
Yeah.
her too. The time investment, like
No, we're pursuing them 9 times out of 10. So
9 times, but you don't know if that's the case.
you're pursuing us, but for us to get ready is an investment.
that's a
too.
case by case.
That's what she's
cool,
saying.
but like we have to listen. You could get ready. If it takes you 3 weeks for you to go on a date with me, I had to make you
Listen,
feel
I'm
comfortable for
using
3
my
weeks
makeup
for you
products
go on
to
a
do
date.
my face, to come outside.
You're talking about that day. I'm talking about the conversations for the 21 days before you came outside.
Okay.
Let's see. We went on a date. We went on a few like dinner dates, and then like just like interactive date. I like an interactive date, right? But for this specific person, I went on 3 dates with them, and it was just conversation. Like I didn't kiss him honestly until the 3rd date, like literally the 3rd date. The first 2 days, it was like, thank you, thanks for taking me out. I had a good time. I'm serious. I'm not lying. You want me to talk about a different date? So with him, it was like, obviously I could tell he was attracted to me, but I could also tell he was attracted to how I think and how I was. So he wasn't like rushing. I mean, if I would have gave it up and like gave him that energy, he probably would have, you know what I'm saying? But he was going off of my pace. Like he was allowing me to control the vibe and like the energy that I was gonna bring. And then so for that specific date, we didn't have to have sex. I wasn't pressured, and I wasn't giving off that vibe too early because I didn't want to. I wanted to get to know this person. Like,
all right, I got some questions now. I know she was talking to you, Amanda, but I got to get into this.
I know, but you about to interrogate her.
Yeah,
that
because
perfectly great scenario.
It wasn't a great scenario. How long did it take? How long did it take? Like, how much time transpired for these three dates? Like, was it 3 dates in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
It was over a span of a few weeks. Like,
so about a month.
Yeah.
So for 30 days, he went on 3 dates with you and didn't.
Right.
You guys didn't do anything. Why? What made him different from the ones that you did do something with?
The difference is I feel like when you give it up too soon, your mind gets clogged on both ways. Like now you look at me as this way and I look at you as this way. So you can get clogged into that sexual like energy instead of now you're, okay, basically we go on a date, right? We have sex by the second date. So by the second date, once we go on that third date, now it's a different energy. You're comfortable a little bit. You know, now you feel like you could touch me, you could do all these things. So are you really paying attention still, or are you just worried about getting it at the end of the day? Like, what's your motive? My goal is to find somebody that I want to, you know, get in a relationship with or do this with, like build with. So in the past, I feel like giving it up too early, you're not building, you're not setting a goal for yourself because you already gave them one of the biggest things that you can give.
And to be honest, you really just don't know what the outcome is when you have sex with someone you're just going on dates with too early. Because you don't really know if that person is for you.
Right.
Like you don't know what their intentions was. Maybe they were just waiting for you to give up the box and you did. So
exactly.
now
I
they're
want to
out.
test you a little bit.
Exactly.
Like,
now they're out. And there is
I'm like,
no
are you really feeling me or are you just feeling the way I look? You feeling
Both.
my body?
Now it's both. So like, okay, so I want to let you know you still didn't answer the question. That was very good though. That was very good. Let me ask this question again, right? Because you gave the box up before on 3 dates.
You said why was it different from then to now?
I said what made him different from the ones that you gave the box to.
He let her control the situation.
It wasn't. No, no, it's not even just that.
Tell the truth.
From those guys to this guy, it wasn't about the guys. It was about me and what I wanted. So like from those guys before, it was like, you know, I didn't really know what I wanted at the time. So I'm just like, I'm going out with you and like, you know, I just want to feel pleased today, like whatever it is. But what I've realized is creating that sexual connection or sexual relationship too early, it doesn't really get you nowhere. Because now you're just so caught up on this energy that we're no longer on this energy. So now when we link up, it seems like we have to have sex or we have to do this. Like it's only gonna direct into that way. And
this is why I say this, right? So, and fellas who are going on 3 dates that are having 2 good first dates, and the women who are receptive to this energy, make sure you're going on dates with intention to be with somebody, if not that person. See, like, I feel like you're just dating to explore, right? And I could be wrong. Because if I get out of the house 3 times and I want to spend time with you 3 times, it's to be with you. So if we have sex on the second date or after the third date, the goal was to actually build something going forward. So regardless of when we have sex and build that chemistry and get comfortable, the goal is to have sex, build chemistry, and get comfortable and get into a relationship. Not to just explore and see what you are. All right, cool.
But you said have sex first. Why is that first? So that's the foundation. You're saying
that's RICO. That's RICO. But that's not everyone though.
Ladies. Let me tell you something about men. Men want to have sex. I don't know who told you anything.
Nobody said women didn't.
That's not what I said. I said men want to have sex. So sex is the number 1 preference for the man in dating. The reason why I want you is because I think that you look great. And I want to see if you're smart so I can see if I can keep you for a long period of time. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to fuck in between that time if this goes right. You understand?
Okay, but everyone's intention is not to build, is not to be in a relationship.
So
and
why are you going on 3 dates? That's my point.
Bro, will do anything. They'll go on 10 dates to get the pussy. Like,
so stop going on 9. That's what my point.
If she want to go on 9, she want to go on 9.
No, I already said 2 dates. If I don't feel you within the 2 dates, I'm not going on the 3rd date. So if you just try in 10 dates just to get pussy, I'm gonna see you. If I don't like you, then
Maybe I want
just
my
it.
return on investment. Like maybe I'm not trying to put a price on my body or anything, but I'm just saying like just because you took me on 1-2 dates and we got a little meal steak, like no, maybe a few dates adds up to that. Like
I agree, but my thing that I'm trying to make sure that I also convey is that people in general, when it comes to dates, right? And we're pinning a number on 3 because typically, right, 3 dates is probably about 3 weeks of time, right? Maybe 3 weeks to a month of time. So if I'm spending a month getting to know you and going outside with you, say it's not a dinner date. Say we went on, I don't know, a mountain climbing date. I'm just making something up that we just had fun on. It doesn't have to be the actual physical monetary value. It's the fact that I'm spending my time and focus and energy on you for over 20 days straight consecutively to keep you interested in me. And now I'm taking the initiative to even go outside with you and walk next to you and be with you physically.
Okay,
So,
we're doing that too.
yeah, I get that. I'm not saying that you're not.
Right.
But what I'm saying is for a person, any person to be investing that much time and energy into a date by the third one is really like, okay, if I decide to be more comfortable with you, you can't shame me. I'm spending a month with you. If I want to hug you more this time, okay, cool. Like, if you're not comfortable with that, then definitely you obviously have to voice your opinion. But the goal is to get to that point. So realistically, I hope that if I'm dating a girl, she's not going on 3 dates with me for a month span and still feels like, yeah, he might just want pussy. No, because listen, like, you get what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with high valued men. High valued men get pussy in any second that they want.
Yeah.
So if he's taking you out on dates, you should actually understand off rip that, hey, look, it's more than that.
I don't agree all the way. I just feel like that's not everyone's intention, especially if you're going to be taking girls out like RICO said once a month, I'm going to hit her up the next month. That does not mean he's putting in time and energy to get to know you, to build, because he wants to be invested in you. Like,
I mean, sometimes things happen like that.
All I'm saying is I don't want to fall, like, I don't want to fall, because, you know, you're going on dates not even just to get sex, but to feel some kind of emotion, some kind of connection. So if I'm connecting too early on the highest basis of connection, too early, by the time we get to that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th date, I'm thinking I'm dating this person because I have this sexual chemistry with you and not this other chemistry with you. So sometimes you can get clouded.
I mean, I understand the angle of it, but it's pretty simple to me. If I reach to the 3rd date and I want to have sex with the new guy, I'm giving it up to the new guy and the old person got to go. I'm dating someone now and we're sexually involved. So yes, I feel like if you started dating, I would advise anyone to stop seeing or sleeping with whoever they were sleeping with in the past. Once you get to a specific point in, you know, dating someone new that you feel like you're going to be sexually active and, you know, this is the person you want to build with, this is someone you see a connection with and you want to get into a relationship with, all of the sexual activity with anybody else needs to be dead. You need to dead it. You need to tell them you got into something new. I know we were just having sex, or if you guys had a little bit of a relationship and you guys were, I don't know, trying to see where things go, you got to make a decision. And if the new relationship is where you want to go, cut it off. I don't think there's any reason to be, you know, dealing with 2 people. If you want to start a relationship with this new person that you're dating and are interested in, get the sex there. It only makes sense to me.
What do you think, Crystal?
I mean, I could definitely agree. Like, if you're going on this date with this guy, it's all about what do you want from your relationships? What are you getting from that relationship? So it's like, if you want the whole package, like sex, connection, building the whole, like, okay, I'm about to marry this guy in the future, then dead all your other relationships that you have. If you're just in a whimsical place and you just want to like go out and just have fun and you don't want to be committed, like, I'm not going to tell a woman what to do. I don't advise you to have sex with multiple people, obviously. But if that's what you feel like you need to do because you're exploring or you're trying to basically figure out what you want, everybody's different. Me personally, I can't have sex with multiple people at a time because I'm getting clouded. So that's why from my previous relationships into my new like dating experience, I'm taking different steps and different approaches just to see what works, because I've seen doing this in the past is like, oh, I think I like this person, but I created this person kind of off the connection that we had on our date, but off the connection we had sexually too. So it's like, okay, I think you're this person off of what you said and what you're doing. I like you even more because now we have a sexual connection. But as time goes on, it's like, where were we really going? Or do we really like have the same mindset? Can we really connect? Can we really compromise and move forward?
I feel like that sounds poetic.
Yeah, they think they locked in. Oh, he asked for a second date. Like, I got
oh no,
this
I don't think I'm locked in. I just know, like, I know you're going back out with me because you probably want to see what it's like. You know, you want to add me to your collection, quote unquote. That's the new thing, right? So I'm not trying to.
You got this guard up. Like,
it's no guard. It's no guard.
Listen, it's okay. Look, we've all been a victim. Right? I want to let you know we've all been a victim.
Now I'm giving off victim vibes.
Yo, nah, you know what it is? Stop thinking like that.
No, I'm not. I'm genuinely asking. I know I can come off aggressive.
You're not coming off aggressive.
Okay, well, I don't know. I know I can come
You're not
off.
coming off victim vibes.
Okay.
You're just coming off as like, yo, look, I made some mistakes and now I'm trying to make no mistakes now.
Oh, well, no, I wouldn't say no mistakes. I'm not the perfect person. Yes, sometimes I try to aim for perfection. And as women, we try to aim for perfection. Yes. And I try to aim for perfection, and obviously that doesn't exist. It's impossible. So I can sometimes like exhaust myself from trying to be this person I can never be, or hold up this image I can never hold up. People are going to think what they think about you, and the situations you go through is just a lesson learned. So yeah, moving forward, like, I'm going to correct my steps because now I know what I want. Before, like, I knew what I want, but I was playing around with it kind of thing because I was maybe trying to please this person or please that person. But moving forward, I want to please myself first, then please whoever's in my life. Instead of trying to like off rip go, all right, like, I like you, I'm interested in you, but sometimes I'm like trying to adjust too early, I guess.
I think you love too hard, so then you tend to put people before you, so that's why you have to push them aside so much, so then that way you don't put them before you too early. That's my personal analysis.
I can say my balance with certain things could be off, yes. Yeah. Like, I have to learn how to like level out.
You've been on many dates, right? Cool. You've been on many dates, right? All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Amanda's the 1-2 person. She only goes on 1 or 2 things 1 or 2 times, and that's it. All right, cool. But we've been on dates before. But you've been on a good date. You've been on a good date, at least one, right? You have a date that you went on, like, wow, this was a great date, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that happens twice. Right? You guys, you follow me?
I'm following.
This happens twice. You had 2 great dates, and now you're about to go on your 3rd great date. Whatever the best date that you ever had, picture that happening 3 times. Right? Now, we're not saying have sex on that actual day, but you've been on 3 dates, and now maybe this person is talking more so, sexual. Are you receptive after having the 3 best dates that you can recollect? Absolutely, right?
Absolutely. I'm already thinking about having sex before I even got to the date.
Now,
absolutely.
Crystal, I'm asking you as well, because this was a lot of runaround. I try to get to the point.
Run around. All right, let's go. Let's go.
So, like, when you got to that 3rd date, like, whatever the best date that you had, right? The vibes matched, the dude was fly, or whoever was fly. You know what I'm saying? You guys had a great time. Conversations were on point. And now you've had 2 of them. And now you're about to go on the 3rd one with this person. Now, do you think it's fair for the guy and for yourself to be, typically you're probably more excited, right? You're probably like, yo, yeah, we going on another date. Definitely. We had 2 great dates. He's fly. You're probably telling all your girlfriends about how good your 2 dates were, right? Now you're going to go on this 3rd one. And now he's starting to talk more sexual. Are you receptive, or are you definitely going to try to make him wait for the pussy?
I'm not saying I'm automatically every day like, oh my God, like, I can't give him this, I can't give him that. Like, obviously, I'm just like, I want to wait, I want to consume. All right, let me not run around, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Let me not run around.
I'm glad you caught yourself.
Anyway, by the 3rd day, if we have good experience, on the first 2 dates, yes, I'm receptive to whatever is going to come next. If we haven't done that already, yes, I know that's going to come into play. And if I want to do it, I'm going to do it.
Thank you. That's all I ever wanted to hear.
Well, it depends. You know what? I'm thinking, like, what is he saying, though? Like, he's talking sexual, because that might turn me off.
I mean, don't get too far into it.
No, yeah, because
Amanda.
I'm just thinking about me already having the idea that I wanted to have sex with him today after our date. But I'm like, but if he pushing the sex talk, I don't know, that might turn me off a little bit.
Okay, so all right, I get it. So by the third date, we don't have it solidified. It's just like, the ball is now starting to get into our court, but we can ruin everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's fair. That's why a lot of people probably get nervous on the third date. Because imagine if I've been having such a great time for you for the first 2 dates and now go on the third date, and if I overstep my boundary, in which now I'm starting to get more comfortable.
You could be comfortable, but if in the first 2 dates you haven't even mentioned sex, you haven't even was talking like that, if you overdoing it on the third date, I'm gonna be like, where is this even coming from? Because we didn't even talk about any of this. Like, I was finna give it up to you anyway today because you just been so great. But I'm like, you're doing too much now. I feel like with sex, you always gotta be very subtle with women on a date. Like,
yeah, I agree.
You gotta be subtle, because some guys be doing too much. They be doing overly too much sometimes. So it's like, if you keep pushing sex, even if I wanted to give you sex, now I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Like,
I agree. So what's subtle?
What is subtle?
Go ahead.
I'm not a guy. I don't know what the hell y'all be saying.
You know what turns you on? What's subtle, Amanda? What was some
What's
subtle, like?
Crystal?
What's subtle?
Yeah, like, wow, you look better than that piece of cake right there. like what's? I know that's not subtle. What's subtle?
That's corny.
Yeah, what's subtle?
Subtle is just like, you just gotta come in soft. Like, you can't just be like, damn, girl, like, you look good. Grab, like, or just be like, just don't overly
I
like.
can't even tell you. Is that bad? I can't even tell you what, because
just don't drool over me all the time. That's how I feel. Like, just don't be drooling over me all the time.
I can't think about what they be saying right now. What do they be? RICO, how do you do it? How do you do it?
So speaking of being subtle, right? Since Amanda said that,
I actually wanted to ask that question because I don't know how to answer. I wanted RICO to answer. So speaking of being subtle, what is the?
All right.
What is the right things? Like, what is the right things to say? What are the right actions to take by the third date?
All right. So I'm gonna give you some of the RICO tips, because these are gems right here. Like, the goal is, it's very hard. So you have to read the woman, right? Because if I'm going on a date with a girl, and is it the first or the second date or the third date, doesn't matter. You always have to find a balance and letting her know that you want to do something sexual with her, but not be thirsty about it as well. So it has to be it's like tasteful ways, tasteful flirting ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like, let's just say if you said something about a drink, right? It's gonna sound corny off the top of my head, but I'm just making up an example. But let's say, like, hey, look, this drink is really good. I love how sweet it is. Like, I love how sweet you are. Like, subtle.
That just sounds sweet. That doesn't sound like you want to get me to the bed.
Nah, but like, how you say it is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I said it like, yeah, well, I love how sweet you are, it's gonna sound like it's like, romantic and googly-eyed. But if I said it like,
RICO said that's not me.
If I said it with a little like, yeah, I love how sweet you are, like, you be like, come on, stop it. It's not even like that. But yeah, you're right. So it's like, you want to apply a joke and then back off. It's like a stick and jab move. I mean, a stick and move. So you jab and then you move. So you apply the joke, but then you move. Because if you apply and you stand too long, now you're a creep. Now she's turned off. Now she doesn't want to do it. And if you do it too much, then it's overkill. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be really, really, really slow pace, but present with that type of energy that you want to do something. Because otherwise, you could probably end up like that dude that you was dating. Because the problem is when a man don't take initiative, this is my opinion. When a man does not take initiative and he allows a girl to control the narrative, he more likely than not won't have sex with that girl, or he will in a very long period of time. So instead of 3 dates, it might be 6 dates for him. You know what I'm saying?
What did happen with you and the guy that you were dating? The one that you said that you kissed at the end of the 3rd date?
Yeah, so...
I'd have hit you in my car.
Wait, what? It was never that
I'd have
serious.
hit you in
It was
my
never
car.
that serious. Ever. But I guess the guy with... After the 3rd date, like we tried another date and then it kind of got somewhere. Like, you know, now we're kissing and stuff. It's kind of heating up. But then I'm like, I just can't. You know, when it came down to it, like, he ended up not hitting. I ended up moving on. Like, I guess he wasn't my type in a way. He just wasn't for me. So, but I've had an experience, and it's because of the energy you're talking about. So I guess, like, you know, throwing in the hints, he did throw in the hints before, but I kind of just, like, curved him or, like, you know, just, like, laughed it off, like, ha, like... So I guess I was kind of already like friend zoning or like putting him in this space where like, yeah, you're not getting it from me.
His subtle jokes were whack to her. That's why.
They were whack. I just wasn't attracted as much as I thought, I guess. Like, he's a great guy, you know, he does well for himself. So that can play a part in it. Like, okay, he does well, you know, he comes out nice. He has a nice, you know, where we're going is nice, it's luxury, but it's just money. Like, yeah, money, cool. So, but it wasn't about, like, I didn't want it to be about the money. I feel like when you go out with certain men that are at a certain level, they like automatically think you're supposed to throw yourselves at them. So, and I'm not that type of girl. Like, I'm not like, whatever you got, cool, like, cause I can, you know? So I just feel like in that scenario, I just wasn't that much attracted to him. And I feel like he was just kind of like trying to.
This is...
Rico's head is bust right now.
Am I going to... Let me know. Am I going around?
You're doing a great job, but like I'm trying to figure out like, okay, so this man, before I even get to that part, so you guys were in the moment and you just backed off?
We were in the moment and I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it.
Did
like,
he not touch you right? Like how do you get turned off when
Rico,
you're turned off?
it doesn't really have anything to do about that because she felt like you wasn't that attracted to him and you knew that you wanted to friend zone him. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, you should have friend zoned him maybe like date number 2.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
like,
but
I think you waited a little bit too long because he really thought he was about to get something. But
I don't know. I never gave him the vibe.
Yeah, so like, were you like making?
We had good. The reason we went on so many dates is because we had good conversation. We had good conversation. We could talk about
money.
He had had money. Like,
because if he said, "Yo, you know, we're not going to luxury nowhere. We're going on a picnic."
No, I went on picnic. I'm not about. That's what I'm saying. With him?
With him. I'm not talking about nobody else. With Bob. With Bob. Would you go on a picnic with Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean, I was going on so many dates with him. Like I said, we could talk. Like, we could have conversation. We could talk about
you
stuff.
Were just
so
bored.
he was stimulating my mind and, like, we could connect. So I was looking deeper into that. You know, because in the past, when you just have that sexual tension, you're going off of that vibe. Like I said, I obviously want to be sexually attracted to you, but I want to see what you could do for my mind first. Because I feel like once you get that sexual attraction and just starts, you know, you want to be around this person because, you know, they got good sex. Like, you know, when you're about to show up, you guys know you're going to have a good time in that scenario.
I can't.
And everything else doesn't.
Like, why?
No, I'm not saying they can't. They can't. I'm just saying for this guy, like, it just wasn't that. Like, I just didn't want it from him.
I don't think that you liked him at all. That's why when you were kissing him, you were probably like, ew, Bob. No, I don't like you, Bob. Bob, you know what? I appreciate what you did. So I tried it and it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the real part, right? Because there has to be a real reason why Bob didn't score, right? He took all these shots, and even when the one he thought was going to go in, rimmed out. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, there's something that was wrong with the vibe or the energy that Bob was doing. But I'm not going to sit here and pick that part.
No, but he was a nice guy, but that was just it for you.
But Bob never did nothing.
No, he never did anything to me. Like, we just kissed, like, whatever.
What if you would have, like, where were y'all kissing? In the car or what?
No, oh my God.
I'm just curious. Like, where were y'all kissing at?
We were kissing, like...
Was it kissing or was it a peck?
No, it was kissing. They were in the moment. Go ahead.
Not like in the... Okay.
I'm paying attention.
All it was, what it came down to...
Kissing, though.
Is we were kissing and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this. And I That was just it.
Yo, I would have hit you with my car. Yo, so look, so wait, that brings up another good, point though, Amanda. Is like one time that just made me think about it when I was 19. You see, look, I'm the type of person that when I'm bad at something, I gotta correct it, right? And I was bad at kissing. So, but here's
that's what it was.
I thought he was bad at kissing. So
he wasn't the greatest kisser, so it was just like.
I thought I was a good kisser until I had I was like 18, 19, and I had dated this girl. She was like 23, so I thought I was big shit. You feel me? She older than me. She's senior in college. You feel me? Anyways, I'm kissing her on the third date. On the third day, I'm kissing her, and she's like, I can feel her vibes shutting down. And I'm like, fuck is she doing? Like, I'm trying to pick it up. And then I got crystalled. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely do think that bad kissing.
Well, learn how to kiss better.
No. Looked like a creep just now.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick it up.
What is she doing?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, maybe if I touch her more, like, you know what I'm saying, caress her, like. But what ended up happening is I was a bad kisser, and on that date, that shit ruined everything. So that is true. Bad kissing.
How did you know? Did she tell you?
Nah, you know what it was? I got into a relationship after her when I was like maybe 20, 21, and then she was like, yo, we gotta work on this. I was like, oh. So that's why.
Your tongue is old in my teeth.
Yo, I was like really wilding. So like, but I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. But Bob is a grown man, and he's still Bob, wherever you are. Yo,
leave Bob alone. Bob is a great guy. It just wasn't for me.
I hate that though. But like, that's what women do. They say he's a great guy, but he was so great that you gave him no play.
Listen, all
his
of our
play was
viewers,
ass. I'm sorry.
all of our
he didn't
viewers
give a
that
good
ate
play.
at the table, we all know the good guy finishes last. Like we talk about this all the time.
I've had a good guy, and he brought that energy. You know, like he's like, yo, like he just made me feel good about myself.
That's all I think about Bob. He's a good guy that finished last.
No, but like I had a good guy that didn't finish last.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
he used to be a bad guy. And now he's
he
a
knows
good
how to,
guy.
yeah, you're right.
That's why. It's a big difference. I was raised to never kiss on a first date. I was raised, the kissing thing is especially, like, listen, I'm in part of like this millennial era where these women are out here going crazy. They don't really even need reasons to be doing some of the things that they're doing. So kissing on a first date is a no. We're not putting our lips on her yet. We gotta get Carfax, we gotta do our own research, and then we also need to spend more time before we decide to pucker our lips up and kiss these females out here. No offense to you ladies, I'm not saying that you're one of them, but yeah.
No, I don't think that it's necessary to kiss on the first date. Well, for me, I already told y'all 1,000 times, I don't like to go on dates. And if I do agree to go on a date with you, it's to get to know you. I don't really know you like that, which is why I find dates so awkward. I'm not kissing you at the end of the night. If I like you enough, we're going to go on the second date. And if that goes well, we'll kiss.
And then the third date?
The third date,
Say it.
You know.
Except for Bob. If Bob kisses you, you might lose it. Like, all right, so there you have it, fellas. The goal is on that third date, go in there confident, get your little subtle hints in, and let her know that you're present in the sexual space. Nothing too creepy, and don't be like Bob. Right, Crystal?
Don't be like Bob, but Bob was not bad. It's just,
Stop defending Bob. Stop defending Bob.
Just make sure you got your energy correct. Like, you know what you're trying to do. You know where to start. You know how you're going to close it. That's just it.
I just feel like date, knowing your intentions. It doesn't matter. First, second, third date. You have sex whenever you're ready to have sex, whenever it feels right. If you like this person, you could wait. You could give it up on the second date. Third date, I don't think it matters. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of 8 at the Table. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube. And also make sure you're clicking that bell at the top so you guys get the notification when we have a new episode out every Thursday. My name is Amanda. I'll see you guys next week.